In the golden glow of a cinema screen, that irresistible crunch of buttery popcorn syncs with every plot twist. But did you know this blockbuster snack was once banned from theaters as a messy menace? From ancient Mesoamerican fires where kernels exploded over coals, to 19th century steam-powered machines making it a street sensation, popcorn's journey twisted during the Great Depression, sneaking inside to rescue cinemas from ruin. Pioneers like widow Julia Braden built empires from fluffy flakes, while wars and innovations turned it into a $2 billion ritual of nostalgia and indulgence. Discover how this humble grain popped into our hearts and wallets. Picture this: the lights dim in a bustling cinema, the screen flickers to life, and that unmistakable aroma wafts through the air, buttery, salty, irresistible. You reach for a handful of fluffy kernels, their crunch syncing perfectly with the opening credits. Movie theater popcorn isn't just a snack, it's a ritual, a sensory companion to the silver screen. But this iconic duo wasn't always meant to be. In fact, for decades, popcorn was outright banned from theaters, seen as a messy intruder in a world of elegance and silence. Digging into its hidden history reveals a tale of economic desperation, ingenious inventions, tenacious entrepreneurs, and cultural shifts that turned a humble grain into a billion-dollar blockbuster. From ancient Mesoamerican firesides to today's overpriced tubs, popcorn's journey is as explosive as the kernels themselves. Popcorn's story begins millennia ago, far from any theater lobby. Archaeological evidence from Peru dates back 6,700 years, showing puffed corn cobs that suggest early humans in Mesoamerica were popping kernels over open fires. Derived from teosinte, a wild grass domesticated around 9,000 years ago in southwestern Mexico, popcorn was one of the first uses of maize due to its hard, glassy kernels that trapped steam until, pop, they burst inside out. These early varieties were crunchier, more like parched corn, but they provided nutrition, versatility, and entertainment. Traded across continents, popcorn fueled ancient diets and rituals, with methods evolving from hot sand or coals to clay vessels. One quirky artifact, a Bolivian pressure cooker that resembled a mini bazooka, highlighting humanity's early ingenuity in harnessing this explosive treat. By the 19th century, popcorn had crossed oceans to North America, likely via Chilean whalers bringing it to New England ports. Sold as pearl or nonpareil corn from the 1820s, it gained dictionary recognition in the 1840s and exploded in popularity at fairs, circuses, and street corners. The game changer came in 1885, when Chicago inventor Charles Cretors unveiled the first steam-powered popcorn machine at the World's Columbian Exposition in 1893. A mobile cart that popped kernels in a mix of butter and lard, making mass production feasible and portable. This invention turned popcorn into a street food sensation. But movie theaters? They wanted nothing to do with it. In the early 1900s, cinemas were opulent palaces. Think marble hallways, crystal chandeliers, and plush rugs, modeled after European theaters to attract upscale crowds. Snacks were forbidden. Owners feared crumbs grinding into carpets and crunching, disrupting the silent films. Movie theaters wanted nothing to do with popcorn, says historian Andrew Smith, because they were trying to duplicate what was done in real theaters. They had beautiful carpets and rugs and didn't want popcorn being ground into it. Patrons smuggling in treats like Baby Ruth bars or goobers were common, but popcorn vendors hawked bags outside, with theaters sometimes forcing checks at the door like coats. This snobbery persisted until the late 1920s, when sound films like The Jazz Singer democratized movies, drawing 90 million weekly attendees by 1930. Then came the Great Depression, the hidden catalyst that popped popcorn into theaters for good. As the economy tanked, movie tickets remained an affordable escape, often just 25 cents. But theaters hemorrhaged money, with thousands closing. Popcorn, at 5 to 10 cents a bag, was a luxury most could splurge on, with kernels costing pennies and lasting years in storage. Street vendors capitalized, selling outside entrances, and savvy owners leased lobby privileges for a cut. Theaters without popcorn faltered. A Dallas chain with machines in 80 locations thrived, while 5 elite ones without went bust. By the mid-1930s, popcorn was inside, saving the industry. One Depression-era quip: find a good place to sell popcorn and build a movie theater around it. Enter Julia Braden, the tough Kansas City widow who cracked the lobby barrier. Born in 1862 on an Illinois farm, Braden learned hard work early, churning butter, sewing, and later selling medicines as a traveling saleswoman. Widowed and settling in Kansas City around 1900, she dove into popcorn, peanuts, and candy for stability. After my husband died, I wanted something steady to do, she told the Kansas City Star in 1931. I saw the popcorn stands, how clean they were, and it seemed to me that anyone used to doing every kind of work as I was could run one. In 1915, years before the Depression, she persuaded the Linwood Theater to let her set up inside, a bold move in an era of bans. By 1931, her Braden's Golden Flake popcorn empire spanned 4 stands, earning $15,000 annually, over $300,000 today, buying 100 pounds of butter weekly, and contracting 500 acres of corn. She favored mushroom popcorn, rounder than today's butterfly style, and fought competitors fiercely, suing over sabotage and price wars. Braden's story is a hidden gem, a female entrepreneur thriving in a male-dominated world, depositing cash thrice daily to thwart robbers, all while building a concession model that theaters emulated. World War II cemented popcorn's reign. Sugar rationing crippled candy and soda, but popcorn, unrationed and abundant, boomed. By 1945, over half of U.S. popcorn was consumed in theaters, with ads like 1957's "Let's All Go to the Lobby," preserved in the National Film Registry, urging buys. Drive-ins amplified this, turning cars into picnic spots. But what's the secret to that buttery allure? It's not real butter. Creeder's 1893 mix was 1/3 clarified butter, 2/3 lard and salt. But modern butter is hydrogenated soybean oil, artificial flavor, beta-carotene for color, and preservatives, often from plastic tubs. Theaters prefer yellow corn for its larger pop and natural tint, mimicking butter, now dominating 90% of the market. Post-war, television threatened theaters, sagging popcorn sales in the 1950s. But innovations like Jiffy Pop, 1959, and microwave popcorn, 1981, brought it home, with Orville Redenbacher's snowflake kernels expanding 40 times and capturing 45% of the market by 1995. Today, theaters mark up popcorn 800 to 1,500%, costing 80 cents to make but selling for $8 to $15, generating 46% of profits, essential since studios take most ticket revenue. Yet, hidden health concerns lurk. Early microwave bags contained diacetyl, linked to lung issues, and PFOA, a carcinogen, sparking shifts to pre-popped flavors. Popcorn's fiber and antioxidants make it somewhat nutritious, but theater versions pack calories. Culturally, it's inescapable. The crunch releases endorphins. The smell triggers nostalgia, bonding audiences in shared indulgence. From ancient pops to modern munchies, movie theater popcorn's hidden history is one of survival and savvy. It saved cinemas during crises, empowered pioneers like Braden, and became a $2 billion industry. Next time you grab a bucket, remember, you're not just snacking. You're savoring a legacy that's been popping for centuries.